Hi there, and welcome to another Papetti Math YouTube video tutorial where I'm going to be teaching you, yes, you, Algebra 1. And now that we've graphed a few lines, we're going to incorporate some word problems now to graph as well. And it says we're going to look at word problems where you will set up an equation and graph the line. In some cases, you may need to place the equation in slope-intercept form before you graph. Let's take a look at what that might mean. In exercise number 4, it says Josh walks 5 blocks from school to his friend's house. Then he walks home from his friend's house at a constant rate of 1 block per minute. Write an equation to represent the total number of blocks Josh will walk X minutes after leaving his friend's house. Okay, so total number of blocks is all the blocks he's walked so far. So we have to include that 5 blocks that he started with. So he started with 5 blocks. And then after he left his friend's house, he walked home at a rate of 1 block per minute. So that would be 1 block per minute. So that would be our rate of change, our slope. So we have a y equals 1x plus 5. This would represent the total number of blocks Josh will walk x minutes after leaving his friend's house. Okay, graph the equation. Determine an appropriate scale and set of axes for the graph. Well, it looks like if I'm just using 1 and 5 as my y-intercept, an appropriate scale and set of axes for this graph would be just going up by 1s. So I'm going to go up by 1s here. And I'm going to go up by 1s on my y-axis as well. I also want to put units on this graph since it's a word problem. So remember, y values represented the total number of blocks. So I could put blocks down the side of my y-axis, and x minutes, so x is going to represent minutes after leaving his friend's house. So when I graph this equation, it's going to give me a great deal of information regarding Josh's walk home. So I'm going to start at 5 on my y-axis, and my slope is 1. So remember, that's 1 over 1. So I'm just going to go up 1 unit over 1 unit. 1 block per minute, 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 1 block per minute. Almost done, I promise. 1 block per minute, 1 block per minute. There we go. Now, we want to connect those points. Connect those in a nice straight line. The only difference about this straight line from your other straight lines is that when we draw arrows on this line, let's only put an arrow on one side. Because if we showed that this line continued in this direction, that means we would have negative minutes, and Josh would eventually walk negative blocks, which is not possible. So we said that our units represented on the y-axis were blocks, on the x-axis were minutes, and what units are represented by the slope. And as I was graphing, you might have heard me say blocks per minute. Remember, your change in y, which was blocks, over your change in x, which is minutes. So it's walking at 1 block per minute, and that's your slope. If this video was helpful in graphing a real-life problem having to do with linear equations, give it a thumbs up, and you're ready for exercise number 5. You could click on the link in the video provided. Thanks for watching.